Come on, baby girl. All I need is a little bit.
Get ripped just a little bit.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I want to eat a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Whole lot of this and a little bit of that.
We need to write a fucking country rock song. A country rock song that's like a redneck's anthem when they're at the Golden Corral.
Oh my God. I need a whole lot of this and a little bit of that. Give me this roll and give me that bat. It should probably be a food and not a bat, but
it is, dude. It's a delicacy. Every now and then the Golden Corral will have like rainforest night where they cook up exotic creatures.
There's poisonous tree frogs.
Yeah.
Poisonous on like kebabs.
Poisonous
kebab.
Tree frog legs.
Poisonous tree frog kebab.
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 I'm gonna need to eat a little bit of this and a whole lot of that.
Give me a little bit of this and a whole lot of that.
After I clean up my plate, I'm heading over to the soft serve machine.
Nobody's looking. I put my head underneath. Soft serve it up and a whole lot of that. I'll take a little bit of this and a whole lot of that. As long as you keep coming back to that, you're golden.
Yeah. I told my baby go on and grab me 4 or 5 yeast rolls today. Today. Right now.
I need 16 ribs and 2 steaks. Get me a big salad and don't forget the ranch.
I need some nice cold bacon bits.
And a whole lot of ranch.
I need a little bit of lettuce and a whole lot of ranch.
Stonedhenge, baby.
Hello to all of you worm monkeys out there on the moon and standing here on Earth alike. This is the Stonedhenge Show podcast, episode number 17. I am Todd.
And I'm
And we have a very special show for you guys tonight. I am very, very happy to announce that the ever so talented Mr. Steve Martin is on the show with us tonight.
hard to believe, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen?
We have made it.
Steve Martin is with us tonight. He's a good friend of ours. Bet you didn't know that.
Yep. And he hasn't done a podcast before, but he said he was going to do this one with us. So we're pretty stoked to have him on.
Hell yeah, we are. And I can't wait to talk to him about whatever he's doing in his life right now. It's been a long time since I've seen Steve Martin.
Yeah, it has. I mean, probably since the the fucking father of the bride.
If definitely, I've talked to him about once or twice since Father of the Bride. Man's a hell of a musician. He's a fucking hell of a guy all around. We're gonna talk to him about Pantera Day. We're gonna talk to him about the days we used to play music together. But you didn't know we used to play music with Steve Martin, did you?
Yep. We actually crashed at Steve Martin's house a couple times back in the day, so we'll talk with him about that.
We crashed at Steve Martin's parents' house as well back in the day. That's how far back we go with Steve Martin.
We sat shirtless in a public restaurant with Steve Martin.
You know, how many people can say they've done that?
Not many.
Okay, so anyways, thanks for listening to episode number 17. As always, you can check us out, www.stonedengeshow.com. Facebook.com/Stonedhenge Show. You can check out Todd at toddblessyou.com and on Twitter at Todd Tannick. Check me out at brandonwelch.com or on Twitter at Saint Dopium. So, all right, everybody. I just want to go ahead and welcome a good friend of ours and special guest this evening, Steve Martin.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Steve, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Guys, I am super excited to be doing this because listening to you guys, it just it reminds me of, oh, that could just be me and my buddies talking about how awesome it is to be friends and do awesome shit together. And you guys started a podcast doing it. And that fucking
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
the whole
everybody gets to be all into business and having a good time.
Yeah, that's basically exactly why we started it, was just to air out like stories with our friends and see if anybody would listen. And it's funny that our friends listen. That's awesome.
Yeah.
that's
Really
awesome.
high.
Hey, Steve, I actually was talking to somebody the other day, and I told him that doing a comedic podcast with hopes of it growing into something that could make a career for you is kind of like going fishing and throwing like 50 rods out into the water and hoping that one of those worms get a bite, and then you can do something cool, like reel in a big ass fish.
Reeling a big ass moonworm.
Yeah,
Maybe-
big ass
maybe-
moonworm.
Maybe you'll even reel in the years. You know, like
are
that
you
Steely Dan
reeling in
song.
the years?
Like the Steely Dan song. Anyways, before we get too far off on our tangents, let's jump right into a game of story time, shall we?
Yeah, that's how we're going to get
Okay.
everything going. We're going to break the ice. All right, guys, we're going to be right back, and we'll be talking with Steve. In the meantime, you guys listen to this dope-ass beat.
Stonedhenge, baby.
Okay, so since we have Steve on the show tonight, we obviously have to do what has now become a Stonehenge show tradition, playing the age-old game of story time. And the way story time works, if you guys hadn't heard this before, each person says one word. That's pretty much it. It goes around. I say a word, they say a word, they say a word, I say a word, you know.
I say a word, you say a word, they say a word, you say a
I say a word, you say a word, they say a word, I say a word. But then the way that we know that each statement is complete, whether it's one word, 2 words, 3 words, or 40 words, is we all just kind of crack the fuck up at it. So that's really all there is to it. So I'm going to start the first round here with the first word of Storytime on episode 17. Delicious
Chocolatey,
Bowls.
of
freshly,
Boiled.
necklace
becomes,
Syrupy.
when
I
Decide.
to
engage,
Myself.
in
serious,
Mortal.
combat. Dude.
Gotta set you up, dude. Oh, it was beautiful.
Come here. Dude, that voice sounded like Scorpion, man.
It
that
totally
was good.
Come here. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. I didn't realize that I have a fucking good Scorpion impression. That's all it can be, though. It's just one of 2 phrases.
What a killer pickup line. You just go up to a girl and be like, yo, girl, you know how good my Scorpion impression is?
Yeah.
Hey, baby. You want to see my Scorpion impression, baby?
Get over here. Come here. Check this out. My little brother does a fucking awesome Scorpion impression. Check it out. Hey, Jeremy, show him what you do. Get over here. Spot on, in it. That's fucking crazy.
Sounds just like him.
Some little kid
God damn.
sounds like that. That'd be scary as fuck.
He's like, yeah, okay, hold on 1 second. Come here. Is that enough? Okay, I'll do one more. Get over here.
I think those are the only like spoken words on the entire game of Mortal Kombat.
Damned if I could remember anything else other than whoopsie.
Oh yeah, Toasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toasty.
The announcer. Round one.
Yeah.
Round one. Fight.
There were probably more words in the motherfucking song than in the game altogether.
Finish him.
The song at least had all the taglines and every character's name as well.
Yeah.
Kano,
yeah.
Sub-Zero, Goro,
Sonya. Liu Kang. Which sounded just like that. It's like
it's like the same thing to me.
It's like the exact same song. No, I mean, but they were literally like the exact same song. I mean, you know, obviously the notes were arranged in a different sequence, but it's like.
Did you guys buy that? Did you guys have that EP? There's just that song just remixed a few different ways, like 5 different times.
No, but I want
Jeremiah
it.
Farmer had it. Jeremiah had it.
I want that. I want that bad.
I'm pretty sure it's in my dad's music room.
That's fucking awesome.
I had the fucking.
I think the only difference is that they just say the characters' names in different orders, and that's how they differ, and that's how they called it.
Yeah.
Remix.
Like,
y'all thought we was gonna say Reptile right there, but we didn't. We came in with some Johnny Cash remix.
Like how can we sell this one song to stupid kids that are in arcades? Okay, well, we'll call it an EP.
All right, who wants to do the next one? Steve, I guess you need to start the next one here.
All right. Eventually,
everyone
will
become
one
with
their
spice
girl.
Inner.
You say Spice Girl with their Spice Girl inner thigh.
Eventually, everyone will.
I thought at first
with their Spice Girl inner thigh.
I thought at first I thought Steve said Spice Girl dinner.
Spice Girl dinner thigh.
So I immediately thought of like a Hungry Man dinner, but with Spice Girl artwork.
Check it out. Check it out. I got the song. You ready?
Yeah.
Need some grub like I've never needed grub before. That's the fucking song for the
I had
fucking
a little
Spice
gravy,
Girl.
but now I want some more.
Get some green beans, baby. I like the background girls will just sing the sides.
No, that's it. It could be like add a little bit of gravy, baby. Pour it on.
It's tonight. It's the night
when we eat some grub.
Put a brownie in the tray, baby.
Dude, you could also say bud and make it a weed song.
Oh man, it should be a weed song instead.
I need dank nugs like I've never needed nugs before.
Dank nugs like I've never needed nugs before. Smoked a little nug, now I'll smoke some more.
Yeah, dude. That was a great one.
And you can keep the other one. Set your spirit free. You can actually keep that.
Dude, okay, so here's the idea for Jocelyn for this episode. And if you guys haven't seen this yet, Jocelyn's been doing a lot of concept art from some of the crazy shit we've been talking about in the past episodes. and they're pretty fucking awesome.
They're fucking wonderful.
So
And they should all be printed. I want them all printed and fucking in my house.
So Jocelyn, your assignment, if you choose to accept this challenge, is to make a kind of a Myrtle Beach T-shirt design that says "Set Your Spirit Free," and there's a pot leaf in the background with a bald eagle in front of it, and the Spice Girls are standing on the wings of the eagle.
Oh my God! Please make this.
Standing on the wings of the eagle or riding it in tandem.
Well, I feel as though just composite-wise, it would be really difficult for her to find perfect pictures of like Spice Girls in
also,
mounting
yeah.
positions or whatever.
Plus, the more spliced together, it would like the better it would look. I
That's
think
true.
on a beach T-shirt like that. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, that would be like if you make that design, Jocelyn, I will print it out personally because my friend does screen printing, and I'll print a few out for those who participated in the episode, and those will be the only ones ever made.
Yeah, and it'll be awesome forever.
It'll
Yeah.
be the only shirt I wear this summer.
Yeah, set your spirit free.
With the Spice Girls riding on an
Love
eagle
that.
in front of a pot leaf. That would be fucking awesome.
I need nugs. I could never need nugs before.
That's awesome. Okay, Brandon, you want to start this one?
Sure do. Gonna throw you a curveball with the word stereo. Stereo.
Sounds
Like
Stereo.
pounds.
Stereo sounds like stereo pounds.
It's like an Irish pop song.
a police song. Stereo sounds like stereo pounds.
That sounded like a fucking leprechaun song.
Oh, stereo sounds like stereo pounds. Stereo pounds.
You sound, that's such a convincing leprechaun voice.
I am a leprechaun. Stereo sounds.
Have you heard my stereo sounds?
Stereo sounds. Stereo pounds.
Oh man.
I just realized the Spice Girls shirt is basically a perfect Pantera shirt, but with the Spice Girls on it.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hey.
totally.
side note, real quick. Swear to God, one morning, I sat with a couple of my buddies, and we made a list of all the things that would make the perfect Pantera shirt, and we scoured the internet for one T-shirt that had everything on the list, and there was only one that came close, and it had like 9 of the 10 things, but basically it was like it had to have a naked chick, a pot leaf, a skull. It had to have flames, some sort of like demonic or satanic imagery. Had to have a Confederate flag, and or American flag.
Whiskey, probably, right?
Had to have whiskey related somehow, right? And there was like all these fucking things, and we found one that was like a Confederate soldier, like skeleton, smoking a blunt, and he had like guns in a holster, and he had like a whiskey bottle in one of his hands, and it was the background was just flames.
No naked chicks.
No, there was no titties though,
That's awesome.
but it was like really close.
I want that shirt now.
It's like the most perfect Pantera shirt.
It sounds like it.
Maybe like the back had just boobies on it. I just didn't see the back of it.
It's a double-sided print. I'll start another one. I guess we can do a couple more for story time.
All right.
Princess.
Penguin.
That's fucking a great band name.
P.S. Princess Penguin is a great band name.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome.
What's up, guys? We're Princess Penguin from Fort Myers, Florida.
What's up, everybody? We're Princess Penguin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're Princess Penguin. Yeah.
We're Princess Penguin. Yeah.
Yeah. Making weird bird noises. What's up, everybody? We're Princess Penguin. Yeah. So weird.
Since we just came up with a band name, I'll start another one because that was good. It didn't really need to go anywhere else. Let's see. Daylight
Breaks.
And
shakes.
you got the fever, Todd, and I like it.
Fields.
I love it.
What'd you say?
Let's do another one.
Okay.
All right, start
Okay.
one, Steve.
All right. We'll just start with fields.
Aplenty.
Surround
20.
Children.
stories.
About.
Plenty.
Valenti. It is my good friend, Plenty Valenti.
I must get money for Christmas for Plenty Valenti. He's my friend.
Dude,
He
let
makes
me
Christmas money.
tell the people what Plenty Valenti is.
That's only funny to us.
Huh?
Yeah, that's only funny to us
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. But Plenty Valenti is this character that Brandon made up when we were hanging out one night, and he's a very poor Hispanic child that needs money for Christmas, and is very vague as to why he needs the money for Christmas, but he does. And I know that sounds like a fucked up character, but it's fucking hilarious.
I'm just like, hello, can I get some money for Christmas, please? My name is Plenty Valenti. I need Christmas money.
But the thing is it's like all year he's like asking for
Yeah,
Christmas.
he's constantly. It could be January 1st, and he's asking for money for Christmas.
Like, look, I'm trying to start early this year.
I'm trying to beat the rush of traffic.
For Christmas, the Christmas traffic.
He just says Christmas a lot to like program you, basically. You hear that word so many times anyway, you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, well, he won't have nothing for Christmas. He's not going to have nothing. He's Plenty Valenti. I just need Christmas money. That is all I ask.
Oh, he ain't gonna have nothing for Christmas, hon.
Damn it, Marge, you give that damn kid money every time you see him. It's the middle of goddamn August. He's wearing shorts.
Oh my god, that is so funny. Just some like little dilapidated child with like big dreamy eyes. It
Yeah,
looks like he just
exactly.
climbed out of a chimney,
Yeah.
but has
Oh,
these sparkling eyes. Like, please, say Plenty Valenti. He tells him his first and last name every time.
Yeah.
I need money for Christmas. I need Christmas money.
He's like a siren for charity.
Yeah,
He
basically.
just lures them in and they just give him money.
Christmas is the reason. Like, I need to buy that sleeper sofa. Why? Because of the Christmas.
I must buy it for Christmas.
I picture like a Hispanic Tiny Tim who's like on the
Dude,
on the
you got
front
it dead on.
on like the front end of puberty, so he has like a couple of scraggly facial hairs coming out.
Got it spot on.
Please.
You have it spot on.
Oh. Okay, so Brandon, we'll do one more. You wanna start it?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thousands
Of
Geese.
Gather.
Weekly.
2.
Chat.
About.
Fleece.
Fleas.
Fleece.
Oh, like the material fleece?
See, I was thinking they get together and they're like, dude, check out this fleece fucking pullover I got, man. This thing's amazing.
It's made of down.
I like the
Which is
TikTok.
actually just what's on
Yeah.
us right now.
Yeah. It's like, dude, aren't you warm anyway, bro?
They have to do roll call to figure out who got turned into a jacket. Like, all right,
Yeah.
everybody line up and sound off.
Oh, yeah. Rico got turned into a comforter last week.
See, because in my head, I thought you were gonna say peace, like they thousands of geese gather to talk about
Which was great.
peace.
Any word that rhymes with geese will work
It's all
here.
perfect.
Grease.
Yeah, they got shit. There's shit going on there. They're gonna talk about it. They've been there.
I wish we would have said the name Marquise. It's just funny to picture thousands of geese talking about some guy named Marquise.
Hey guys, I've been. I talked to Marquise a little bit ago, man. I'm worried about him.
Yeah, I talked to that.
I agree.
I talked to that fool, man. He tripping like a motherfucker.
Marquise, you talking about Marquise?
Marquise.
Keys.
Marquise.
You're talking. Keys.
Are you talking about Marquise? Marquise. What a funny name.
Yeah.
Come on now, Stonehenge. Look here, baby, I found me a Stonehenge.
So we know Steve from years of playing music together. I mean, we probably go back as far as 2000. Is 2004 not far back enough, Steve?
It may not be. I think we've known each other maybe around 2002, 2003. I'm not sure. I know at least 2003.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. See, Steve played bass in a band called Hand to Hand, which is I mean, a metal, like an alt metal band from Orlando, Florida.
You would be safe lumping us. I think the sticker on the CD said for fans of Under Oath and Thrice, and I think that was a very smart idea on somebody's part because we definitely fit the. That's kind of, I guess, would have been our fan base.
Yeah, we ended up hooking up with you guys via the PRP.com, right? That's
I
how
think
that
so.
shit happened.
You and Radford, right?
Yeah,
you and Radford were both on the boards.
Yeah, just like we hooked up with Jared and Classic Case through the PRP, we hooked up with you guys. Radford was on the PRP board. His Fifth Star, I think, was his fucking name at the time.
Yeah,
We were on
that
there.
makes sense. That was our band.
Yeah, and we were all on there talking shit about the bands that were actually better than our bands, but we thought we were better than them. And some of them we were better than. But anyways, hooked up some shows and have been fast friends with everybody in that band, and ever since. It started off like when we would go to Florida to play with you guys, we would stay at your parents' house.
Right. Yeah, I remember, and I don't even think that was really arranged from the get-go. Because I remember, yeah, like you said, you and Radford made all the connections, and then I think you guys were at the practice space. And I was like, man, I just want to smoke some fucking weed. And then all of a sudden, like, you kind of looked over, and it was, like in the cartoon where their eyes meet, and then the little heart comes up.
Yeah.
And man, all right. Like, we just knew. We're like, this is gonna be okay.
Yeah, everything's gonna be great. Well, because I'm like the way this would happen is like, we would go stay at your parents' house, no matter what, bar none, we'd get up in the morning and we'd hop in your car and just drive around and smoke bowls and then come back.
Right.
Because it was just a few of us that smoked anyway. Well, actually, it was always me, you, and the drummer at the time. So it was either me, you, and Ray, or it was me, you, and Todd.
Exactly.
like getting fucked up together, which is interesting
Yeah,
in a whole other way.
Yeah, well, it was cool though, because there was just a whole other like contingent of the band just hanging out at my parents' house.
Yeah, yeah,
doing their thing, and then we're driving around just getting weird, and then we'd all come back and be like, "All right, let's get in some trouble." Or
hey, I wanted to bring up your dad had a room set up in the house like a fucking record store.
yeah, it's the music room, appropriately enough.
One of the coolest rooms I've ever seen in a house in my whole life.
Yeah, it's awesome, and it's still going. It actually got to the point where he had to pull his TV out because he had to devote the whole thing to music. So he had to like kind of redo my folks' living room to become like a movie and media room, and the whole thing is it's filled to the brim almost now.
God, that man loves music. That is so awesome, dude. He'd have to let a bunch of dumbasses come stay at his house.
Well, that was the thing, was from day one when I wanted to be in bands, he's like, yeah, of course, set up your stuff in here. And we start playing and shit would start falling off the walls. And he was just cool. He's like, no, man, it's cooler that you're in a band with your friends and doing that than anything breaking. Like, all right, that's awesome. I love you, Dad.
That is awesome.
But yeah, there's my dad. I'm pretty sure my dad has every Far Less record amongst that collection in there.
That is awesome. Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, don't you have a weird story about us staying one time about somebody ordering porno and your parents?
Someone did, and at the time, my mom she goes, all right. She goes, who ordered the dirty movie? Like, oh. And immediately I'm thinking, yes, I'm sure someone did. If it's an option on there, I probably would if I was staying at someone's house. And I couldn't tell her at the time, well, I know it wasn't me, Brandon, and Ray, because we were driving around getting high and getting real fucked up. And so I know we weren't in the house. So I was like, that wasn't a Bible story. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I think, I'm just lying like a little shit. Like, I don't think anyone really ordered it. But looking back on it, I was just like, well, someone probably did.
So, all right, Todd, out of all these dudes that, we've known for years, who do you think would be the one that ordered porno on his parents' TV?
I would have to say it's a coin toss between Mark and Joseph.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But it could have been Jordan, dude.
Exactly
Jordan might have snuck
say.
in there thinking that we would blame Mark and Joseph. Like, well, I might just order me a fucking porno, dude. I don't care.
Dude. I mean, don't go blaming them and not me for porno. Dude,
I am the one who ordered that porno, dude.
Dude, I ordered that porno, dude.
Like he's upset because you didn't know that you didn't blame him for it when he was the culprit.
Okay, so like I've got to throw this out before I forget it. But Todd, while you were here staying at my house, I guess a week ago now, a little over, we were standing out on my front porch, and something very interesting happened. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I forgot. For one, let me just say that it is very cool that you live right across the street from Kenny G. I mean, Kenny G literally lives right across the way.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is not Kenny G, except for the sake of this story, I shit you not, this dude looks just like Kenny G from across the street.
Yeah, and
It
actually
just
he is
makes
Kenny
this
G from across
funnier.
the street.
Yeah. My name's Kenny G from across the street.
We're naming one of the songs on our fucking album that's coming out. Kenny G from across the street, dude. For sure.
Yeah, how's the album coming?
It's coming.
We're getting
man.
there. We're finding we're setting up some studio time right now to really go at it.
That's awesome, man, because I love it. It's
Thanks,
so
man.
good. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, that
stoked you
rules,
like
man.
it.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome, but I'm always just like, everyone like, you heard this? They're like, what is it? I'm like, Powers, it's the guys from Far Less. And they're like, yeah, you played it for me. You got some new songs? I'm like, nah, man, but we're going to jam that one.
Yeah. It's going to make you sad as shit.
Yeah.
It's like we're the only group that decides for the first thing you release to be a really slow ballad. Like a dark ballady song.
It that song creates a fucking like mood though. I think it definitely creates a fucking a feeling.
It's awesome, man. It's so good. I'm so excited for it.
Thanks.
So I figured now was my opportunity to ask you guys.
Yeah, we're scheduling some time right now. Actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're putting something together. It's going to be cool, too. It's going to be in a setting where we can just smoke the sweet leaf and just get creative and kind of patch a lot of these ideas together.
Wait, so anyway, Todd, you've got to finish the story, though. You got to finish Kenny G across the street.
Okay. So, yeah, we were hanging out on Brandon's front porch. He was hanging out with me out there. I wanted to have a cigarette. And he's just like, oh, my God. I go, what? He goes, dude, my neighbor's taking a shower and you can see him. And I look across the street and sure enough, this foggy image of Kenny G butt naked in the shower. They have a window that is right beside the street.
Facing my house.
Facing his house in the middle of the shower. I'm talking about you could easily throw a pebble and hit this window from Brandon's front porch.
Yeah.
And I guess he had never realized that until that night, but we're just sitting there looking across the street at this guy. We're like, oh my God, he's butt naked showering right now.
So the window's so fucking low that like I was afraid that if this dude got a boner, like I would totally see like the tip of this dude's dick over the fucking windowsill, like while we're standing up there watching it.
Yeah, we were very concerned that would creep up into our view. And then it would get a little more intimate, if at all possible.
That's Summer of Love by Kenny G, by the way.
The one that I remember all the time is that.
I totally know the one. No. So
I guess that's the only way you can describe a Kenny G song is to sing it.
Yeah,
it's like which one is that? It's the instrumental one where he's playing the sax. Oh, yeah. Every fucking song he's ever made. You're forced to sing a song to somebody.
Yeah. Well, it's the one where it's just him playing the sax.
The song where he plays this like sax part.
I think there's some reverb on it somewhere.
Yeah, it's like really, really top-notch reverb work.
Can they see me through this window? Shower?
I hope they see me. Yeah, I hope they see me.
Let me get a boner real quick. Let's see if I can pop a boner up so they can see it.
Yeah, Kenny G. We can get little Kenny here. We get little Kenny G. Dude, so a couple nights ago, me and Melissa are sitting on the couch watching TV, and I decide just gonna turn around, look out the window, and see if anybody's naked and showering. Dude, and the chick was naked, shaving her fucking pussy, man. And I'm like, Mel, you gotta look at this. This girl's shaving her fucking pussy, and everybody can see it. Come here, check it out. And Melissa's like, she's watching, laughing. She's like, Brandon, you gotta be quiet. You keep screaming this girl's shaving her fucking pussy, but you're sitting right at the window. You know what I mean? And like, I'm sure she can probably hear you. And I'm just like, this bitch is shaving her fucking pussy.
You think they know? Do you think they're into it?
I don't know, man. Like when we first moved in, she knocked on our door one night, handed us a tin full of delicious fucking homemade cookies, and was like, "We're going to a party, like later, but welcome to the neighborhood," which was cool. But like, we're very introverted, and like, I'm stoned all the time, so I don't really do much other than work and like sit around in the house. So like, we don't really talk otherwise, and I don't see them unless they're shaving their fucking pussies. Apparently, I don't ever see them.
So Kenny G has a pussy too.
I'm only guessing
because you said plural pussies.
I mean, I can only guess. I didn't see a boner. But I mean, like I turn around and like she's showering. She's like, doing the thing, washed her face, and the next thing I know, she's like hunched over, like shaving her fucking twat. Man, it was awesome,
dude. They're probably exhibitionists and they're wanting to swing.
They might be, dude. Mel and I have been approached by swingers before, and it was really weird. It's not like it trips me the fuck out real bad. I mean, especially with the anxiety I already have towards other people.
To know that the whole time you're sitting with them, they're just pretty much telling you that they want to fuck your girlfriend.
Well, or that they want to switch it up. Like, hey, I want to fuck your chick, but I want you to like fuck my lady here. You know what I mean? Like that's basically that's the vibe we got.
It is very weird to think about, because we had I guess somewhat been approached before, so I get you.
I like to think that Kenny G has pubes that are a perfect like 3-to-1 scale of his hair.
I do too, man. I feel exactly the same way. Like the curtains match the drapes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can see him showering from across the street, and he has an automatic like conditioner dispenser, and he sticks his hand under it, starts rubbing it through his hair, and then sticks his hand under it his other hand, and it just goes below the window.
I like to think that he has a little saxophone hanging out down there too.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. I picture him in the salon with one of those like things they put over their head when you get perms, but over his head and his fucking dick too. Kenny G has to get his dick permed just like his head.
Like one of those sit-down hair dryers that the old ladies use at the salon.
Exactly.
Miniature.
Yeah, for his fucking bush.
It just sits on your lap.
It reads. I imagine it sits and reads whatever like he's reading too.
Yeah, his pubes read. They read whatever, like a miniature version of whatever magazine he's reading.
That's so fucking weird.
I know, it's awesome.
Oh, dude. Oh, I would love to see that. I would love to see that animated. The pubes of Kenny G.
That's smart branding, because I'm sure there's a ton of iTunes searches for pubes.
Yeah, and Kenny G.
Yeah.
You guys are leading the charge on podcast branding.
They're gonna be like, "Oh, look at this one, hun. This one's actually a solo album from his pubes."
Look, his dick finally put out an album. We knew it would happen. Eventually, it had to get too big for its britches.
It's only so long you can hold a musical cock like that back before he just takes off.
Demands that he doesn't wear pants and shit. Like, it's offended, like it's being oppressed.
Hey, honey, remember how I was telling you that I bet Kenny G had a little dick clarinet between his legs? Well, looky here, put out a podcast.
His dick put out an album.
His dick just won a Grammy.
Hey, man, I don't know. He's talking about dick's rights in space and shit. I just I quit listening to Kenny G's dick, man. He's weird. He's talking about dick's rights in space.
Yeah. The first album was a classic. After that, it all kind of went downhill.
Yeah, he's weird. He's starting to get experimental.
I was really into the earlier stuff, but then it just all went to dicks.
He got real progressive, experimental, like acid jazz. Like,
It was collaborating with Herbie Hancock's pubes.
Yeah, yeah. It's Herbie Hancock's butthole. Hey, have you heard this new fucking album? Kenny G's dick and Herbie Hancock's butthole, man. Gene Krupa's taint plays the skins. It's amazing.
Chuck Mangione's balls come in and lay down a wicked solo.
Oh.
I can't wait for famous people's genitals to just start demanding attention.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before they get them onto their own.
That's when shit's gonna get real on fucking reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good game. That's a good time-killing game. Is put together your A-list band based on celebrity and musician genitals.
Well, it's like I definitely, man. You know, I gotta have Hendrix's taint, right? Because
it was like really nice.
It's a sweet taint.
Move over, Rover. Jimmy's Harry Tane is on over.
Is on over.
Move over, Rover. Move over, butthole. He's Tane's in the house, bitch.
This next song for all you cats and kittens. This song is a new song. I used to play guitar with 5 fingers on my left hand and picking hand on my right hand, but this song for all you little babies out there. I'm gonna take home a hole.
God.
Jimmy's just standing there bored and like mad. His fucking Tane is just like wailing on guitar.
It's so hard to imagine a taint playing a guitar. I don't know what a taint separated from the body would look like as a character.
I see it as like 2 long flaps of skin that form like just a big mouth. In my mind, if it was a puppet, I guess that's what it would look like.
Oh my God.
Stonedhenge, baby.
Can we go ahead and tell Pantera Day? Is that cool? All right,
Do you want
so
to tell it or do you want me to tell it?
you should tell it.
All right. So it's December 8th, and you guys are in town for it was like a tooth and nail like up and comers tour, right? That was the one with you guys and the Chariot and Showbread.
Yep.
All right. So
He's
you guys
like-
are doing that, and you guys are staying at my folks' house, I'm pretty sure. And it's the middle of the day, and we decide to go drive around and get high. So we're doing that, and I asked, it was you, me and Ray, and I asked you guys, what should we listen to? And one of you said we should listen to Pantera, and then the other one said, yeah, we should listen to Pantera all day. That should be all we listen to. And it sparked a conversation of, yeah, this should be Pantera Day. We should listen to nothing but Pantera, and when we get home, we're gonna put on the Pantera DVD, and we're just gonna rock it, all day and all night.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly how it went. Yeah.
So we did that, and we got to your show, and we start telling all the other bands, like, very matter-of-factly, hey, man, today's fucking Pantera Day, so don't fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, He
And-
Is Legend even played like a Pantera medley.
Right. I think, for the most part, most of the bands, like, got stoked on how stoked we were, and they're like, yeah, with Pantera Day, and at least played a riff real quick.
Everybody got wasted and just played Pantera riffs.
Yeah, and so then a handful of us went back to, I think, the practice space to continue drinking, and then you and I guess everyone that was there, all of us started getting text message. They're saying, you're never going to believe this. Dime was shot and killed, Rip Dime, Pantera Day and all this shit, and we probably spent an hour just calling dudes saying, oh, that's really fucked up. We get it was Pantera Day, but that's a real fucked up thing. And then 2 or 3 hours later, got enough phone calls from saying, no, dude, this really happened today.
Yeah, that was totally fucked up. I mean, and the next day, I remember seeing on like a local like a message board, there was a dude talking about that being at that show and how all the bands were talking about it being Pantera Day and how weird it was that he found out that night when he got out of the show.
Right.
That Dimebag had been dead. Like none of us had any idea. Like we woke up that morning trying to fucking celebrate somebody's life, and somebody else somewhere else woke up with the exact opposite idea.
Right. And then we got so many people on board. Like, it's not one of those things where it just sounds like we're telling some story or say that so many people were on board and just really got behind it. And then, only a handful of us were out partying. So we thought the other guys were fucking with us.
Right.
Just for there's no way that the coincidence would line up like that.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's crazy.
So hey Todd, what was the name of your band that had a rapper in it?
Positive Law.
Were there any Z's in positive?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, so
Traditional.
look, all 3 of us have been in bands where somebody rapped. I mean,
Fuck
right? Okay, so Steve was telling me earlier that he was in a new metal band back in the day called Bunny with 1 N. Is this true, man?
100% true. And not only that, but to make it seem like, because it was obvious that it was being done because that was the new metal thing to do. It was basically just aping Korn years after, well after people were starting to think Korn wasn't cool anymore. It's like, yeah, man. And so then the other guys tried to make like an anagram or something, and they're like, oh no, BUNY. It stands for B. Is it BEU and Y? Like, why would I want to be you? And it's like it's such a representation of individuality and being yourself. And I remember thinking like, no, it's not. It's because Korn did some shit like that, and we're trying to.
It's funny, dude, because bunny to me is like totally a word that people that like Korn would want to name a band. Why does that make sense?
Yeah. It does, man. That was the thing. Like, that was Korn's thing, was that somehow this music was being made by like 8-year-olds.
Dude. So Todd was in Positive Law, but you guys sounded more like 311, right?
We sounded like a 100% hybrid of 311 and Dave Matthews Band.
Will you sing one of your songs? Please, dude. Sing it, please.
Love is such a serious word. It's not a noun, it's a verb. Therefore, meaning action, physical contractions of orgasms that make your body move in weird, odd fashions. Souls crash in the mix.
I love it. So, Steve, who did Bunny sound like?
Bunny had 2 singers. One dude was just doing straight death metal screams, and then the other dude rapped and did like different pitch screaming. It was awesome. In retrospect, like it's pretty aggressive for what it could have been for a band that I describe as rap metal. But oh man, everything about it was so perfect as far as just being a new metal band.
You guys totally missed out on a great opportunity by going on tour with Kitty.
That got talked about so fucking much.
Yeah. You think about the tour flyer poster for that, Bunny and Kitty, and they're tough as hell.
Every girl ever would want to go to that show.
You guys would play for a lot of females every night.
Yeah,
we're going to see Bunny and Kitty tonight. It's gonna be awesome.
Bunny and Kitty sounds like an all-girl, like elitist indie band.
It does, dude.
We would have played to a lot of girls in like kick pants and Jinkos and shit.
With chain wallets.
Yeah. A lot of girls that shopped at Gadzooks.
A lot of girls in those like
Gadzooks.
Giant fucking black bondage wide leg pants.
Was Gadzooks a national chain? Because I'm really happy to hear you say that. I thought it only existed in Greensboro.
No, it was in.
We had it in Christiansburg. We had one too, man. That's where I got my fucking black plastic pants and my fucking gold Doc Martens and shit.
Yes, they had all those weird shirts too, right?
The like iridescent ones.
Well, they had like the silly T-shirts with like the fart joke humor kind of shit.
To me, that was the company that made like shirts that just said things on them cool.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, you look at it, it was a shirt. It was just like, mean people suck.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
I remember one that I saw in a Gadzooks once that was an apple cider company called Dickens. It was Dickens Cider.
Oh yeah, it had like a guy like standing up against a truck, and it tried to look old timey and
Dickens Cider.
Sounds weird, but it might be cool. Check it out.
My girl asked if you guys were the Deftones.
Dude, shut up, man. Nobody asked if we were the fucking Deftones.
I have a few different playlists between my iPod and my phone, like Spotify and all that shit, and Far Less is always popping up on them. And it was playing, and she goes, "Is this the Deftones?" I was like, "No, this isn't the Deftones, but I'm sure if I was to tell any of the guys in this band that you thought they were the Deftones, that's about as good as it gets."
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we are the Deftones. Yeah.
Yep, you're actually dead on with that. We're the Deftones.
We are.
Guilty as charged. We are the Deftones. I'm sorry.
And now that we're the Deftones, we can start putting out records again.
Yeah, and make money for it.
Yeah, because we're the Deftones.
Yeah, because we're the Deftones. I mean,
of course,
that's what Deftones do.
What else are the Deftones gonna do but put out albums? We're the Deftones.
We are the Deftones. It sounds like some kind of like 60s TV show hero.
Yeah, that's what, exactly.
Like a hero group.
We are the Deftones.
Oh man.
That should be your new thing. If anyone ever comes up and asks you if you're in a band, just super matter of fact, be like, yeah, Deftones.
I did
No,
that one time when we were on tour in my old band, The Necessary. We were riding around in a Jeep Cherokee pulling a little trailer behind us, and we stopped at some fast food place. I don't remember which one it was, but they asked us, "Are y'all in a band or something?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "What's the name of your band?" I was like, "A little band. I don't know if you've heard of us. We're called Linkin Park." But I said it with such a straight face, and she was like, "Nuh-uh," and we were like, "Yeah, we play music for Linkin Park, and they rap on top of what we play." And they were like,
no,
"Dude,
but that's how you explain it. That's exactly the way to explain it away.
yeah,
I mean, that's perfect.
yeah." But everybody who was working there started coming over to our table to get their pictures taken with us. Because it was slow. It was like we were the only table in there. And like, next thing you know, this like little black kid who was working at the drive-through windows coming over like, "Can I get my picture taken with y'all? I love you guys."
No way.
Yeah, dude. It was so funny.
That's awesome. But then it sucks when it's like a little kid. Oh, man, this little kid's going to go tell his friends he met Linkin Park, and no one's going to believe him. And it turns out his friends are all going to be right. Like, no, you didn't meet Linkin Park. You just met some dudes.
Yeah, dude. We are Linkin Park, man. We're the real Linkin Park.
Hey, Todd, didn't we try to tell some dude we were in Chiodos when we were on tour at one point?
Yeah, we did.
When I was in high school.
Lying is fun.
Yeah.
When I was in that new metal band in high school, we had a guy with dreads. So we got that shit all the time. And we were out eating like wings, and someone comes up and goes, "Are you Jimmy's Chicken Shack?"
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna. I thought you were about to say POD.
No, but we did tell a drunk guy. We were at a TGI Fridays out by Disney, and some drunk guy's like, "Hey man, y'all in a band? Did you just play that House of Blues?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're Korn." And he goes, "Oh, my kids like that band.
That's
Let me buy you a round of drinks." And we're like, "All right, fuck it, we're Korn."
Yeah, dude, it totally works too.
No,
Brandon,
I'll
when
be
we
whoever.
were in New Orleans together, man, we went to that Hustler Barely Legal titty bar, and all of us were broke as hell, but we wanted to go out and do something fun. So we went up to the guy at the door. If you remember, I went up to the guy and I was like, "Hey, we just played a show up at the House of Blues, and we didn't play the House of Blues."
No, we had never played at a House of Blues.
Yeah, I was like, "We just finished a show up at the House of Blues. Mike down there told us to come down here, and you guys were going to take good care of us. I don't know what that means, but that's what he said." And they're like, "Okay." They take us in, dude. We have like no money, maybe $20 collectively, and they
Yeah,
take us in and give us our own table. Like our own individual table with a pole going up through the middle of it, and kept sending girls over to dance for us.
Yeah, it was cool.
And
I
we
mean, I
didn't
buy
tip
a
them
drink,
because we didn't have
nothing.
any
I didn't
fucking
leave.
money, dude. We had no money.
If
But
you're
we got
listening to
treated
this
like we were
podcast
important.
and you're impressionable, lying is the greatest thing in the world.
It's a lot. I mean, it's fun, especially if you're a broke band on
Right.
tour.
Well, and especially like that. I mean, there's really no harm in that instance because it's just, for the free bottle of liquor they might have given you, someone else probably paid $300 for the same one. So at some point it evens out.
I'm not gonna say where we were, but when Far Less was on tour with 10 Years, speaking of these two girls, this came up to me and Ray. We were standing outside of 10 Years bus because we were trying to get on their bus to smoke weed with their fucking guitar player, and they came up to us and they're like, "Oh my god, you guys are fucking like you're our favorite band, and we saved you up and we got tickets to come see the show, and like I brought her here because it's our fucking anniversary." And I was just like, "Yeah, that fucking rules, yeah." And then they're just like, "Will you please sign our CD?" And I wasn't quite sure that who they thought we were at that point. But when they busted out the 10-year CD and they were like, and talking about how awesome we were and shit, I'm like, "Oh, okay." So of course we sign it. as 10 years. Like, but they think it's just 10 years. We just write our names in there. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm not in 10 years.
You didn't sign it like Brandon TY or some shit like that.
Yeah, no. That was pretty funny. They just like kept going on and on about how we were like their favorite band. I'm like, you think if I'm in your favorite band, you would know that I'm not in that fucking band.
Right.
Dude, one of my favorite things that Brandon used to do when we were on tour, if we were out west where we didn't have anybody to put on the guest list, he would always write in like ex NBA retired all-stars.
Always.
Like that were relevant to whatever city we were in. So when we play Phoenix, for example, it was like Charles Barkley +2 and Kevin Johnson and Dan Marley were on the guest list. Anywhere, like I remember in LA once you put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on one.
Yeah. You never know, man. One of those dudes might want to stroll into a fucking rock venue on a whim one night. And I hope to God it's when we're playing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Charles Barkley's fucking here.
It's like a self-fulfilled prophecy.
You see the door guy.
I knew if I put you on the list, you'd fucking
if
come,
I keep
man.
doing it, they'll come. They'll find out.
The door guy picks up the phone and you see him going, dude, I don't know if this is real or not, but Charles Barkley's coming to this fucking rock show, bro. It's like a 200 capacity club, man. But he's on the list.
The door guy calls and he says, somebody's got to get Charles down here. This band has played here 1 million times. This band's from the other side of the country. Nobody ever fucking shows. But he puts Charles Barkley on the guest list every time. Somebody's got to reach out and get Charles.
It's like the Make-A-Wish Foundation where like
this kid's got to meet Charles. Sir Charles.
it would make his life.
The first year
he might die by meeting him, but he has to do it.
The first year the All-Star game was in Orlando. Charles Barkley threw a dude through the front window of a bar in downtown Orlando, like just straight Western movie style.
Dude, that's because Charles Barkley fucking rules.
Yeah, I was about to say Charles Barkley's the shit.
Yeah.
he's kind of a fucking idiot, but he's awesome.
Yeah, he rules. It was like the biggest urban legend in Orlando. It was just everyone's like, and like we're 10, and everyone's just like, yeah, dude, I was there. I saw it happen. It's like, no, you're not. You were 10, and it was a Wednesday night in downtown Orlando.
Was it Shaq that he threw through the window?
It was just some dude. It was just some guy like.
Through the window, and I don't really know. It was but Charles,
Me and Charles were just hanging out up front, and we just had some beers. And then he came over and said, I was going to throw you through this window. And I was like, man, chill. And he threw me through the window.
I was like, man, don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk. He was like, no, man. And I was like, well, hey, check this out. Don't throw me through the window, Shaq. I'm a sheriff,
Shaq?
Yeah, and then he threw me through the window anyway,
Don't make me Shaq fool you.
Don't make me Shaq. I am a sheriff. I am a sheriff here, and I will Shaq fool you.
I will Shaq fool the shit out of you.
Dude, look, I had so much fucking, well, not so much. I had a few Charles Barkley swag items, man. I used to rock. I rocked till like they just fell apart, man. But I had one, like it was Charles Barkley like Nike windbreaker. It was fucking badass, dude. And it had a fucking like hood that zipped up and shit. I had it for like a week and it got stolen, man.
Damn.
That sucks.
I
I remember
so excited about it.
nothing but Nike, like my entire outfit being Nike windbreaker material. And even if it was the middle of summer, they made like these bathing suit material shorts with a little Nike on the leg and then a giant Nike across the ass. And you just wear those with your Nike windbreaker, neither one with even close to the same colorways. And you're like, fuck it, man. Nike, I'm just Nike'd out.
Dude, when I was in high school, I wore the shit out of Nike too, man. Like anything with sports and shit. When I played football in high school, I had to have like Nike armbands and a Nike towel and Nike cleats and socks.
I remember my freshman year of high school having this, it must have been an XL Fila shirt, and it was just white, 3 sizes
Fila,
too big,
dude,
and just
yes.
a giant Fila across it.
Dude, do you remember when Jerry Stackhouse got drafted by Philadelphia and got his endorsement through Fila, and they made a sign, a billboard that said Philadelphia, and he was sitting on top of it.
No, but that's amazing.
Fucking, I feel like Fila were like the forefathers for FUBU.
Hey, didn't Grant Hill wear Fila?
Yeah, Grant Hill, when he got drafted, he got an endorsement.
I remember the Grant Hills, bro. I
Yeah,
remember
dude.
the fucking Grant Hills.
Yeah, Fila does still exist. I remember
Yeah,
I
dude.
saw something
They
from
make
him
the
other
fucking
day.
toe shoes
Yeah.
now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were big. Like they were one of those.
Fila.
They were one of those brands that got like repped hard in like cultures outside of sports, like in music and shit.
Yeah.
And so it gave them just enough of a push that they could pick up sign an endorsement deal with an athlete every so often.
Pretty much.
I think they're the company that picks like basically after Nike or Adidas kind of like buys out somebody's name and then that athlete gets their name, the rights to their name back. Fila will like basically just cut them an endorsement deal to use their name on shoes and then sell them at what's that store in every mall that sells shoes dirt cheap?
I don't know, but wow, Steve Martin, that is very insightful. And
Yeah.
Hey, my buddy, oh fuck!
what a fucking way to think of it.
Payless shoe stores. My buddy used to work there, and he almost burnt the mall down, smoking weed in the back.
Fila.
I remember going in there, and they'd have, like,
Smoking the weed, Fila!
Fila.
they'd have like Shaq shoes and shit. And I'm like, no way, you got Shaq shoes, and they'd just be Filas and shit. And
When the fuck does Payless carry name brand shoes, man? I've
They-
never seen Payless.
they
Payless carries brand name. It's Pick and Pay that does not.
Payless picks up brands after, so like they have Airwalk now, and I remember Airwalk was huge when I was in middle school.
Shit, they do?
Yeah. I got a pair of Airwalk slip-ons from Payless a couple years ago.
No way.
Yep.
When Airwalk made, it was that same design for all of them, but they made like the pleather ones that were
Yeah,
bright red.
bro. The tennis
And
ball
they made a
ones
pair
were
of
the
shoes that was
shit.
yes, dude.
They were the shit. They were made out of tennis ball material on the outside. God damn, I'd love to have a pair of those right now,
Fuck
actually.
yeah.
I'm sure they still sell them.
I'm sure you can find them on eBay for like $300.
Yeah, for $1 million.
$1 billion.
I used to. Hey, did you guys get the East Bay catalogs? I'm guessing you guys were
Yes,
East
dude.
Bay
Yeah.
subscribers.
East Bay.
Yeah, you
I
were.
forgot about East Bay, man.
I bought so much shit from those motherfuckers.
Dude, I used to go through the East Bay catalog and be like, well, I'm going to get this, and then I'm going to get that, and this. But I think in my entire life, I only convinced my parents to order like 2 things.
Every shit I took, I made a list of things I
Fuck
needed
yeah.
in that magazine. Every
Dude,
time I
just
took a shit.
sitting in class with your boys, and you'd have like a fucking draft, and you'd be like, all right, man, I got first pick. So I got that Magic hoodie, and everyone's like, "No, man, I want it." And you're like, "Sorry, bro, I'm getting it. I'm ordering it as soon as we get home." And you go
Yeah.
home and be like, "I don't have $80 for a fucking hoodie."
Yeah.
I ordered
But you
some
told your boys you
Jordans.
were.
I got they in like 2000, I don't know, 2002, 2003, they reissued the original Jordans. And I bought a pair of those.
Those are awesome.
Do you remember when Shaq teamed up with the Reebok pump and they made the Insta pump and it came with a fucking CO2 cartridge?
Oh, yeah, dude.
And you could
I
stick
forgot
the
about
CO2
those.
Cartridge. It was in the air release, but you get, oh man.
Yeah, but here's the deal, man. I didn't get name brand shoes until I was like in like 8th grade. I had the fucking Boyd pumps, man.
Me too, man. I was
had
the
fucking
same way.
Boyd pumps,
Hey,
man.
I did get. It's so ironic that you said that because I did get one name brand pair of shoes when I was younger, and let's see if you guys remember these little gems. LA Gear
Dude, I had a
Fuck
pair of
yeah.
British Knights.
and British Nice, dude.
LA Gear and British Knights.
LA Gear did the 4 laces thing.
Yes, and they were all laced up when you bought them.
Yeah,
It wasn't even like they were in the box. There was just like 7 things of laces and just all these colors already in the shoe. And they're like, sorry, there's no way you're getting these out. And You're
yeah.
going to school with like green, blue, yellow, and purple laces.
They were like giant Zach Morris shoes, but they weren't the cons.
LA Gear was the first company to put lights in their sneakers too, right?
Yeah,
Right.
LA Lights.
LA Lights. Fila.
Fila.
LA Lights.
LA Lights, Fila.
LA Lights. Yeah.
LA Lights, Fila.
Stonehenge!
Yeah, so most of the stuff that you guys actually did when you guys were all hanging out in the past, I guess makes it more interesting, is that it all happened pretty much before I ever met you guys. It was in the Ray Feltz era, because my only interaction with you guys was like one night at the Haven.
That was because it was Far Less 1.0, and then at that point, and then
Right. I thought you guys didn't. I thought you guys played a couple shows there, including one with Hand to Hand after I was out of it.
I thought we played a few with
We
Todd
did,
there,
we
too.
did, except as far as there was only one evening really, or I guess 2 days. We stayed for a couple days with you,
Right.
but that was really all I've gotten to hang out with you. I mean, that was it. Which we had a lot of fun and stuff. There's a lot of history with you and the band Far Less that happened before I was even in the band. So that's definitely something that I'm curious to hear you guys talk about, if you have any stories that stand out as far as experiences that you had that I might not even know about.
Well, we talked about trying to, the mystery of who ordered the porn, and didn't you guys have like a fucking manager and a lighting guy when you guys were still like baby band?
We had a lighting guy. We may have had somebody that was saying they were a manager. I'm trying to remember, but
It was that blonde haired cat. I remember him being. Was that his
Tim.
name?
Oh, Tim is our tour manager. Yeah, and goddamn, man, like I wanted him out of our fucking band for
Just
so long.
tell everybody the interesting
All right,
side
look,
fact
all right,
on him.
world, all right. Early on, like the Powers guys adopted this friend of theirs from their hometown, Tim, who is he was our light guy. He would bring like these mobile light sets, and he would be like our tour manager and shit. And he was a fucking huge liar.
Yeah,
he actually
compulsive
dated Todd's
liar.
girlfriend way back in the day, right?
Yeah.
We gotta just air that out.
Yeah.
It's way back in the day. There's that. On top of the fact, like I said, this dude was a huge liar. He stole money from the band one time, like $1,000, just stole it from us.
To buy tickets.
Yeah, to buy plane tickets to like some baseball game.
It was a football game, yeah.
Football game, baseball, football. So the dude is a complete dick. And and one thing is I rallied to get him out of our band for the longest time.
I'm pretty sure now that I know that he was present, that is your culprit for ordering the porn.
Case solved.
Was he there?
I thought so. Like,
And then he did it.
Yeah, it was absolutely him, and
He did it.
there you
Dude,
go. Case solved.
that dude is like, this is absolutely not slanderous or fucking libel. It is the truth. Up to the point where we stopped communicating, really. Like the guy had the worst case of like, what's the word I'm looking for, man? He's a compulsive liar, dude.
yeah, his whole life is built off of fictitious stories.
He just constantly made up like the wildest stories about like he went on a cruise with Barbara Bush or some shit. Maybe he did. I don't know. But one time
They're not even cool. Like he's telling people he's in the death
That's
end.
not
Dude,
even.
one
That's
time,
not even a
dude-
cool story.
one time he came
boring
to
as
practice. One time he came to practice and was like, "Hey, I just went and did lights for Seven Dust and Incubus last night. Here's a bunch of fucking shirts I got." And he like gives us all like these extra large like fucking like Seven Dust shirts that like I'm sure he conned out of somebody somehow.
Yeah.
You know, and
Someone on the street team.
I'm 100% positive he never ran lights for those bands. Ever.
Do you remember the time when he tried to tell us that he played basketball for the University of Kentucky,
Yeah, and that he
But-
was a paramedic.
but he was sick on picture day, so he wasn't in the team photo that year?
Of course. I mean, you're not going to show up when you're sick on picture day.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the old Far Less stories. I mean, they were a lot of fun, but it was for the most part, I guess, just me and Brandon kind of getting fucked up and then trying to drag along someone into the mayhem. Sometimes it was Ray, sometimes it was Sparks.
Yeah.
We got Sparks really, really fucking drunk that one night.
And
when your van broke down.
who is Sparks?
Sparks
Mark.
Karsten, son of Buzz.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mark
yes.
Karsten. Okay, I gotcha.
Son of
Who
Buzz.
Mark Karsten was a guitarist in our band, Far Less.
Right, and you had that conversion van that you guys were driving in.
Yeah,
And,
this is back in the day.
Oh, this was way back, and this was this might have been.
Do you know what year this was?
I think Radford was in the band, so it was before we were signed. So it had to have been 03, 04. And
Okay.
maybe like the second show we played with you guys. And your van breaks down in front of the club we're playing at.
Which
And
was typical.
right. And so I was
Usually
like, all
not
right.
that convenient.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'll AAA it back to my parents' house. And our drummer, Zach, is just the world's greatest mechanic when it comes to fixing anything. And he goes, and he's super drunk, and he's like, fuck it, I'll fix it in the morning. So we all took that at its word, and we got Sparks just so fucking hammered. And I think maybe me and Jordan were the only guys that were 21, but because
Yeah,
everyone was in the band, they were just serving alcohol. And that was the night that Sparks was in, and I keep calling him Sparks, but I feel like as drunk as he was, it's like an alter ego of his. And just
Was that the night we went to the dance club next door?
Yes,
Oh
right
my
next
God,
door.
dude. Yeah, everybody
And-
got so drunk.
And there was just a swarm of girls around Mark. Like they were just, for whatever reason, they knew that Mark was on point that night. And just over the music from like the other end of the
Dude,
bar.
I had some sexy girls dancing on me too, man.
Yeah.
Like it was insane.
And we were awkward little band dudes back then too.
But Mark was just running around, who's gonna suck my dick? Just screaming. He was just screaming, who's gonna suck my dick, Todd? I swear to God he was.
Like you'd be tearing down your gear in the next bar, and just through the walls you just hear, "Who's gonna suck my dick?"
And girls, bitches just dancing with him and shit.
Yeah. For like
Dude,
every
that's such a Mark Karsten thing.
It's totally him.
for every one chick that was offended, 3 more were like, "Woo, yeah!"
I'm gonna suck your dick.
I want to suck your dick for sure.
Hold up their little vodka soda and like, "Hee hee."
Yeah, man. People were handing me drinks and shit. I wasn't 21. No way was I 21 at that point. I remember.
I don't even know if I might have been, but I remember that. I just remember for whatever reason, all the bands hung out and everyone got drunk together. And your
Yeah, it
band
was a good
was sitting in with no idea whether it was going to get back to Altamont at that point, but we're just like, all right, fuck it. Everyone's drunk. It's got to get towed.
I think something about Far Less in general was that when I joined the band, I realized that they had a kind of a hotbed of fans in the Orlando area, I guess because of the history of playing with you guys so much down there. But that was the only city that we went to where any show was worth a shit when I joined
Ever.
the band. Like it was either Greensboro or Blacksburg or Orlando. And everything else fucking sucked, and there's like maybe 1 or 2 people who knew who we were.
Yeah, always.
But because of that, when we got there and I saw how many people were there the first time that I was performing with them, and we were still playing the older material, the stuff of Ray's that I had to try to learn or interpret as best as I could, I guess. And I was so nervous to play in front of all you guys. Because it's like they're bringing, your boys are coming to town, and it's like, shit. I hope I pull this off.
I remember just in general, just when Far Less would come to town, it wasn't even like I was telling my friends that a band was coming. I was like, oh, guys, Far Less is going to be here. And my friends would be like, all right, cool. Where are we going to party at? Like, it just, for whatever
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Orlando loved you guys, and they loved your band, but they just loved you guys, too. They just, every one of you guys are just like, oh, man, those guys are super cool. And, like, especially Midnight Mike DePaul loved the 2 of you. Because Todd, you met Mike, right? The guy in Orlando. I want to say it was it was his house we kept partying at when you guys
we smoked out of a big peace pipe.
Oh yeah, he had like a
Picture of
pinball
that.
machine and like a dream catcher on the wall and like Playboy magazines in the bathroom. I remember.
Yeah, he's one of the best people in the world. I love him. But he loves you guys. When he found out you guys were coming to town, he was like calling into work and he's like, all right, I gotta take off. I gotta start prepping. I gotta go buy a pork shoulder.
Yeah, dude, he fucking rules, man. Dude, but and that's the thing. I don't know what it was about Orlando, but it was like, hey, Far Less is gonna come play, so like, everything's on hold. Like they're gonna play, and then everybody's just gonna get fucking annihilated, just completely fucked up and like off the rails every time.
So thanks everybody for checking us out on the 17th episode of the Stonedhenge Show podcast. Big thanks to our good friend, Mr. Steve Martin, for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully we can have you back on very soon, man. It was a lot of fun. I had fun sharing some laughs with you.
I hope so. I hope that hopefully by the time this airs, and if I do get to come back on, Florida Gulf Coast will be celebrating a national title in college basketball.
Yeah,
So,
dude. Hey, I mean, it is tournament time, and not to really talk about sports too much, except the NCAA tournament each year is always a blast because it's 64 teams and win or go home until there's one left standing, and it's the ultimate elimination style, high tension competition type shit, and it's awesome. But yeah, there's
Competition type shit.
Florida Gulf Coast, Brandon, is this school from what city again?
Fort Myers.
Yeah, they're in Fort Myers, yeah. And they have only been in existence since 1997, and they are the first ever 15 seed, like 15th ranked in their division team to make it to the Sweet 16.
Wow.
And they're doing it all by just playing
And they're
balls out basketball.
Yeah, they're like, dude, they're dunking on everybody and shit.
No
they're like
way, they're stomping ass.
Yeah, they beat Georgetown, who was a number 2 seed, like one of the best teams in the country. Yeah, they were fucking like yamming on people, man. They weren't just like out shooting them. They were just straight.
When are
Here's
they
my
playing
nuts
again?
on your chin. I'm dunking on your ass.
When are they playing again?
I think they play Friday. Yeah, so they're going to be playing to try to go to the Elite Eight, and that's pretty fucking impressive. And the way it works for me, Steve, I grew up a big Florida State fan, and I still am to this day.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So, are you a Florida State fan?
I'm not. I'm a UCF fan,
Okay,
but I'll get behind a Florida team that's doing well.
but that's
And
kind of the
it's kind
same.
of bandwagony, but at the same time, UCF as a Conference USA team, has a way to go before they're going to do anything.
Well, yeah. Well, dude, I went to East Carolina, so we're in their conference. That's what I was gonna say. If ECU ever plays anybody, they're my squad. But I've grown up a Florida State fan before I ever attended ECU, I guess. But
Is ECU the team with the giant skeleton pirate logo?
yeah, dude, they have an
Yeah.
awesome
They
They're the
logo.
most metal fucking mascot.
Yeah,
It
dude,
is.
the midfield logo for ECU is the silhouette of North Carolina with a pirate skull with a pirate hat right over the eastern half of it where Greenville is. It's fucking awesome. And they have this Johnny Depp looking pirate that leads them onto the field through the purple smoke, and they fucking play Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze when they come out, dude, and set off all this purple smoke. It's fucking awesome.
Pretty rock and roll, man.
Yeah, dude, ECU knows how to fucking party.
That's cool.
All right, well, I'll let you guys go, and I'll just say that other than talking to you guys again soon, hopefully the next time I see you, you guys have some kind of album out, and you can tour to support it. Come on down to Florida and play some shows.
Dude, we would want nothing more, man.
Yeah, we're definitely headed to Orlando as soon as we finish our shit.
Just
Yeah.
let me know because you guys can come crash, and we'll get very, very weird.
Yes.
Sounds good to me, man.
Awesome.
Dude, thanks for coming on, man. We'll have you on again soon, and we'll catch back up
Perfect.
It was great talking to you, man. I
Dude.
love you, man.
I love you.
forever.
All right, man. See you guys.
All right, later, dude.
Okay, so thanks for listening to episode 17.
You guys definitely be sure to check us out at stonehengeshow.com if you need to find the feed. Brandon has a website at brandonwelch.com. I have a website at toddblessyou.com. Not too much on my site other than stuff that'll take you back to this podcast. So
It's all a big cycle.
it's
baby.
a big cycle where we just keep you. It's like a whirlpool effect that we have. We just bounce you back and forth to the same shit so that we kind of trap you against your will.
That's right. Some rocking shit. Whirlpool. Wormhole. World Wide
Wormhole.
Web.
All day.
Fila.
Fila, baby. But yeah, you guys definitely be sure to check us out on there. On Twitter, I'm at Todd Tannick. Brandon is at Saint Dopium. And feel free to email us if you guys have any ideas of anything you want us to talk about. That's stonehengeshow@gmail.com, or you can always go out to the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/stonehengeshow, and drop some ideas over there, or check out what stupid shit we've been posting lately.
Drop some funky rhymes.
Drop some funky rhymes for us, and we'll fucking put them on the air. But yeah, thanks as always, guys, for listening to our stupidity, and we will see you next week.
We absolutely will. Sorry for the delay. Nothing but love for you, babies.
What you got?
Nothing but love for you, baby.
Yeah, whatever.
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
What you got?
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Yeah, whatever. Rest in peace, Heavy D.
Later. Heavy D, baby.
Sure